Last time we visited Weaste Cemetery, I mentioned that we couldn't find the grave of the Salford poisoner, Samuel Hill Darby. Well, I'm pleased to report that we have managed to track it down. The reason for this being, if you look at the gravestone, it's only inscribed with the name Samuel Hill. Now, I don't know why the name Darby has been left off it, but his father's name's on it, Alexander. Hill Darby, as I mentioned earlier, he lived at Garfield Street, Salford. He was an assistant pharmacist and he worked at Whittaker's shop on Regent Road. Now, the tragedy occurred when he got into financial difficulties regarding his patent for a railway coupling and the fact that he was left out of an inheritance. He subsequently poisoned his 5 children and his wife over a period of 2 days with cyanide. The man was obviously clinically disturbed, upset over several reasons, but I find it interesting that the whole family are interred in the same grave. For some reason I was under the misapprehension that they were buried in Stretford, but at least we found his grave anyway, and please come down and feel free to have a look at it. This is the grave of George Sheffield, who was an eminent marine and landscape artist who used mainly black and white sketches, watercolour and oil medium. He was born in Wigton near Carlisle. His family moved to Warrington in 1844, where George attended the Warrington School of Art. By 1856 he'd moved to Ashton New Road, Manchester, where he attended the Manchester School of Art and was apprenticed to a designer of a firm of calico printers. His paintings were in the Pre-Raphaelite tradition, with detailed representations of trees, plants, hedgerows and still life, etc. In the mid-1860s, George joined an art colony in Betsy Coward in Wales, and in 1865 he married his wife Hessa Louise Jones. At the time it was quite outrageous to be living in sin and living in an artist commune. He was quite a forward-thinking chap, was Mr. Sheffield. George Sheffield exhibited in Manchester and became an associate of the Manchester Academy in 1869. He soon became a successful artist, living at several addresses in Manchester and Cheshire. But by 1881, George and Hesse, his wife, were both alcoholics, and Hesse died of excessive drinking in 1886. George's last commission was at Liverpool Docks, where he caught a chill which developed into pleurisy. After 3 days in Ancoats Hospital, he died in October 1892, aged 54. But what I particularly like about his grave, it's this beautiful marble obelisk, and it's the simplicity of the carving on it I like. It just has his name. George Sheffield was born in January 1838 and not 1839, as is wrongly inscribed on the memorial. And it just says landscape artist. There's no religious tributes or anything like that. And in Latin, carved underneath it is the lettering Ars longa vita brevis, which stands for art lasts forever, but artists die and are forgotten.